Greetings, everybody. Welcome to another meeting on the practices of the Buddha's teaching. Anyone is welcome to enjoy. Everyone is welcome to enjoy. Anyone who's interested, would like to come in and ask a question, are welcome to do so. Every Tuesday night at this time on Facebook, YouTube. So I shall start with our first guest, which happens to be Mudita from Bangkok. Mudita.
Good evening, Ajaan. Today I don't have any questions, but these days I'm trying to take 8 precepts at least once a week. I try to.
Good.
Yeah.
It's a good start, but not the end. You have to just a starting point. Once a week, maybe twice, next time, 3 times. Just keep increasing as you. Besides keeping the precept, you also have to practice meditation. If you just keep the precept without practicing, it might not be as beneficial as it should be. And you might not be able to advance by merely just keeping the precept alone.
Okay. Right. I try to listening to Dhammatalk and use the Dhammatalk as my meditating object as well, Ajaan, to help me get calm.
Yeah, but you have to meditate.
Yeah. Yes, after listening to the Dhammatalk.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Ajaan.
Felicia Chan from Malaysia.
Good evening, Ajaan. My meditation is good. I can directly enter into emptiness. The mind very still and calm, no thought. I feel my body burning and a lot of air come out from my whole body. I merely lowing and stay mindful. I continue to practice like this.
Are you happy?
Very happy, very calm. Daytime also.
Okay, no, you have to be happy
Okay,
and don't want to have anything else. Don't need anything.
okay, thank you. Ajaan, may I know what should we do if we are in an air crash? Is it accept it, remain calm, and stay mindful, leave the body alone?
What else can you do? You just come and meditate. You just meditate or just tell that the body is not you, you are not the body.
Okay. Is it by the time, is it can enter samadhi?
If you have wisdom, you don't need to enter samadhi. You can just let go of your body.
Okay.
Just tell yourself that this body is not you. You are not in the plane with the body. You are watching it from afar.
Okay.
Like right now, you're watching me from afar, from Malaysia. We are not in the screen. So if the screen should explode, then no problem, right?
Okay, thank you.
Okay, if something happened to the screen, it's just the screen, not us. We are not really in the screen. It's just our image that is in the screen.
Okay.
So just know this: whatever happens to the body is not happening to you. You're the master of the body who tells the body what to do. You're not with the body. You're separate. You're in a different dimension. You're in the spiritual world. While the body is in the physical world. All right?
Okay.
So whatever happens to the body doesn't happen to you. Just like right now, whatever happens to the images on the screen will not happen to you. If somebody paint the screen black, it doesn't black you out. You still exist. You're still there, but not on the screen. That's all.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Try to practice like this in your daily life. Tell yourself your body and you are not together.
Okay.
You're living apart, but you can communicate through the power of the mind and can tell the body what to do. But
Right.
whatever happens to the body doesn't happen to you. Get it?
Okay. Understood. Thank you. Aludana satu.
Next, Willie from Indonesia.
Good evening, Thanachan. Today I don't have any questions. Thank you.
Okay, Namo from Bangkok.
Namaskar, Ajaan. So first, I thought that I will join the Zoom tomorrow, but I changed my mind to come on both days because I have some questions to ask Ajaan.
Go ahead.
So the first thing is that after I follow the tips and techniques of meditation that Prajan gave to me, I think I could know my breath longer than before. And every day when I wake up, I automatically know my breath, like Poto pops up.
That's good. It means your mind start to be mindful of your meditation object.
Prajan. And there's one question I want to ask Prajan. It's about me, and sometimes I'm annoyed by my mom because she complains a lot, and she's I don't know, she sometimes asks me to do things when I don't want to, but I want to be a good son and grateful, but it's hard because sometimes I'm annoyed by her. So is there any techniques for me to help myself to not be annoyed by her?
Well, the cause of your annoyance is caused by your desire not to be told what to do. So you have to switch your attitude toward your mother and treat yourself as a servant and then expect to get order from your mother. So anytime she tells you to do things, you're the servant, you must do. Or else you get kicked out of the house. Would you rather get kicked out of the house or would you rather stay in the house?
Stay in the house.
Okay, then if you want to stay in the house, follow order from your mother.
That's right.
Whatever she tells you to do. Unless if it's against the law or against karma, then you don't have to do. If she tells you to go steal something, then you don't have to do that. But if she tells you something which is good for you, then you should be thankful that someone is reminding you what you're supposed to be doing for yourself.
Yes,
So you have to switch your attitude. You live with her. She's own the house. She pay everything for you. So if you don't follow her order, she can kick you out of the house and you can sleep on the street. Would you rather do that?
No, Prajan.
Okay. All right. Then just if you understand your relationship with her, then you should be grateful that she still keeps you in the house.
Yes, Prajan. Thank you, Prajan.
Is that all for today? Okay. Let me know what happens next week or tomorrow night. Whether you can switch your attitude toward her or not. Think of her as the master and you're the servant. Okay. The servant must do what the master told him to do. All right. Then you would have no annoyance. You say you're paying your debt. You're paying your rent. You're paying for your food by doing what she tells you to do. Okay. All right. Next, Nanapat from Thailand. Where are you now? Ubon Ratchathani. Northeast Thailand.
เจ้าค่ะอุบลราชธานีเจ้าค่ะท่านอา
Quit
จาร
your
ย์
job and now you go back home to look after your parents and practice at the same time.
Yes, I try to set the schedule for meditation and the community with my mother and my father, and I think it will be proper right now ค่ะท่านอาจารย์ I can live with them with my schedule and their schedule ค่ะท่านอาจารย์
Okay.
ค่ะ and today I got the answer from น้องนโม question already ค่ะท่านอาจารย์
Right. You should see yourself as the servant, not the master of the house. Okay.
yeah ค่ะ no more question ค่ะท่านอาจาร
The
ย์
Buddha said, treat yourself lowest as possible.
ค่ะ
On the lowest rung of the pecking order.
ค่ะ
Don't be on top. Be on the lowest rung, ready to be pecked by any birds,
อือฮึ
by anybody.
ค่ะ
Ready to be bullied by anybody. Let them bully you. You're the servant. You'll take it. Then you would have peace of mind.
ค่ะ
Okay.
ค่ะ thank you for your teaching ค่ะท่านอาจารย์
Okay, next, Kokseng from Singapore.
Good evening, Ajaan. Tonight I have a question, and this question is about overcoming our attachment to our body, which we perceive as beautiful. And I remember, Ajaan, you have mentioned about applying Asuba meditation. So my question is, how do we actually apply Asuba meditation? Sorry, even though this is not a new subject, hope Ajaan can give some advice. Thank you.
Regarding what? Using Asuba for what?
To overcome the attachment to our body.
Oh, it depends on which. If you attach to your body, you don't need Asuba. You need impermanence. You have to look at the impermanent nature of your body. Your body will eventually have to get old, get sick, and die. And there's nothing you can stop it from happening. If you're attached to your own body, in regarding to the existence of the body. But if you are attached to the beauty of your body, then you have to use Asuba. That your body is not really pretty. It's only pretty because it is covered with your skin. If somehow you remove the skin, then you won't see any parts of your body as being pretty at all. Or anybody else's body the same way. So it depends on what your attachment is. If your attachment to life, longevity, then you have to contemplate on impermanence. If you're attached to the beauty of the body, then you have to look at the 32 parts of the body. Or when the body turns into a corpse. Okay. And if you touch the body thinking that the body is yourself, then you have to use anatta. And the body is just biological door, made from the 4 elements. There's no self in the body. It's like an automobile. No self in an automobile. The driver and the automobile are 2 separate entities. The mind and the body are 2 separate entities. The mind is the driver of the body. The mind doesn't die with the body. The mind doesn't get old, get sick with the body. Okay? So it depends on what type of attachment you have toward your body. And you have to use a different type of perception or wisdom to let go of your attachment.
By attachment to other people's body.
It depends. If you want other people's body to last forever, then you have to use impermanent. If you think that person is really that body, then we use anatta. The body is not anybody. The body is just everybody are made up from the same mold, from the same
Elements.
building blocks. Yeah, like cakes, and cakes are all made from sugar, flour, and milk. There's no self in those cakes. Nobody resides in the cake. So nobody resides in the body. The body is just only an instrument used by the mind to go after sensual objects for its own pleasure. Okay, so it depends. You have to contemplate these three different characteristics. This, impermanent, asuba, and anatta, no self in this body. So when somebody's body died, it doesn't mean that the person who operates the body dies with the body. The operator continues on to a new realm of existence.
Okay, thank you, Ajaan.
Okay, next, Kwan Liman from Indonesia, from Malaysia, I'm sorry. We have problem with your sound.
Beyond birth today. Thank you, Prajan and
Go ahead.
Prajan, I have problem with the connection.
It's good
I
now.
have no question to be.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Oh, okay.
Your connection
I
is
have no question
off and on.
today.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Prajan, I have no question yet. Thank
Okay.
you. Thank you.
And let me go to Switzerland to where Professor Kenneth is living.
Good afternoon, Ajaan. I have a question I would like to ask, or for some advice, because I find quite frequently I am involved in helping students who are in some kind of difficulty, having a difficult time. It happens quite often, and some of the students it can be quite serious, very severe depression or even suicidal from time to time. And so we look to see that they are taken care of for medical reasons and so on. But I quite often find myself talking to the students, listening and trying to give them some advice generally, which I try to do to the best of my ability. But I just wonder if in that sort of situation, Ajaan, you have some advice on how to deal in a good way with people who are in this situation.
On helping people mentally, this is a difficult work to get any success quickly. So you just have to be patient and just have to keep on working at it, because mental problem takes time to readjust the mind to the proper position. And it takes a lot of effort also from the person you're trying to help. You can only give instruction as to what they should be doing. But if they're not helping it themselves by following your instruction, then you probably won't be able to help them much. So mental problem is really difficult. But it doesn't mean you cannot help. You have to see the response from the person you try to help, how much he or she is responding to your advice.
Yeah, that's my experience. Some people in a critical situation are very difficult to reach, but other people I find can be quite receptive. And there was one experience I had, like about 2 weeks ago. There's a someone I'd been helping for a few months, and he was really very, very bad a few months ago. And a couple of weeks ago, he was telling me about how he can't control his thoughts. So I was trying to explain, like the things we discuss here, like the thoughts are the problem. If you try to not to think so much, he's trying to solve his problem by thinking. And the problem is thinking. So
That's right.
And then at that point, I suddenly realized I had a copy of your book on my desk. And I mean, normally I don't try and convert people or anything like that, but I felt he was listening and receiving some of the things I was saying. And I gave him a copy of the book. It's the Beyond Birth. I said, try this, have a look at this and see what you think. And in fact, today, just today, he came back and told me he was reading it. And he made an interesting comment. He said parts of the book, it was reminding him of things that he actually already believes and sees as true. And he found it very helpful to hear that sort of teaching. So that seemed to be, a bit of success, actually.
Yes, sometimes you just hit the right button, and sometimes it just click right away, but sometimes it just doesn't click at all.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I have a cousin who from through the years been receiving books from me, but he said he hardly read them until eventually he ran into a crisis in which he just don't know what to do, and he just saw the books and he started reading them. And he said, these books are really good to tell him what's going on with his mind.
Yeah.
So he tried everything else except the mind. Trying to solve his problem. But, to no avail until he started reading my books and he said, hey, this is really where the problem is. This is in the mind itself.
Yeah.
So this is something we just have to. It's like buying a lottery, I guess. Sometimes the person win the prize, and sometimes they don't win the prize.
Yeah.
But all you can do is give them the lottery ticket and hope for the best for them.
Yeah. So this teaching and the practice for me has been very helpful in trying to help other people. So if it doesn't work, I can leave it. But if it does work, it's very, very good.
Okay. Anything else?
Thank you. That's all. Thank you very much for your comments.
You're welcome. Next, Kafai Lim from Malaysia.
Good day to you, Ajaan. I'm glad to listening. No question today.
Okay.
Thank you.
Johanna from Indonesia.
Hello, Ajaan. Good evening. I don't have any question right now, but so happy to hear Kenneth share the story about how the book Beyond Birth helping other people. I feel very happy to hear that, Ajaan.
Okay, good. Amira from Switzerland, from New Zealand, sorry. Quite late for you, 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
2:30.
No, it's
1:30 or 3.
No, yeah, 1, but we went back to winter time now. Yeah.
So it's 1:24?
Yeah, 1:24, yeah. Thank you. So I have no questions. Ajaan, just happy to listen and learn. Yeah. Thank you.
You have to get up in the morning to go to work?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So
I hope you get up on time.
yeah, it's okay. Can manage that. Yeah, thanks.
Okay.
Thank you.
Adeline and Philip from Malaysia.
Good evening, Ajaan. Today I have a question, but I hope I ask it correctly. Basically, I'm just curious as to other religions,
other Vedic religions which has meditation practice. She would like to know whether the practice of that meditation will also develop jhanas and also even the same type of liberation as the Buddhists believe in Nibbana?
Well, there were these practices before the time of the Buddha became enlightened. And they all could achieve was the jhana level, either the rupa jhana or the arupa jhana. But no one knows anything about the Four Noble Truths or the three characteristics of existence, which can solve the dukkha, the suffering problem of the mind. So every religion has some form of type of meditation. Christianity have singing as a form of meditation. You sing to forget about your troubles. Or even Buddhism, a lot of them involve chanting more than anything else, right? Most temples in Thailand stress the importance of chanting, but highly stress the importance of meditation.
So Tanajan, in order to liberate oneself using the practice of meditation, I think the Noble Eightfold Path, right view and right intention is very important to start off any practice, right? Because I mean, like you say, that a lot of religions also have a lot of time meditation, but if you don't have the right view and right intention, that doesn't go anywhere.
Well, the right view is to know the Four Noble Truths, to know the three characteristics of existence, so that you can then stop your mind from having craving. If you don't see this, then you can continue on having craving. You can meditate for many hours, but after you come out, you feel good and you feel happy, maybe you should go and have an ice cream or eat something, you know.
Okay.
Until you start feeling bad, and you go back to meditation to solve your bad feelings. But this is a temporary measure. So you have to going back and forth between meditation and sensual gratification.
That's my question for today. Do you have any more?
I don't have any questions. That'll be all.
Okay, good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, Gavin from Vancouver, Washington.
Hello, John. I have no questions today. I just want to let you know that yesterday was my last day at work.
Okay.
The real journey can start after
a couple of weeks from now. You'll be flying over here. Okay, I hope this meeting doesn't encourage people to quit working, but it seems to work like that.
I thought that was the goal.
No, it's not really quitting work. It's just changing work, switching work from the physical work into the mental work, which is more rewarding and more lasting. The mental work, once you achieve it, it's forever. You won't lose it at all. But with the physical work, everything you achieve will end up and will disappear at the time of death, right? But not with the mental work. Even after the body dies, what you achieve mentally will still be there in your mind. So okay, congratulations for your decision. Okay.
Ajaan.
All right. Next, Gary from Singapore.
Good evening, Tanajan. No questions for me today.
Okay. Alfredo Obeca from Brazil.
Avante.
Still Obeca. Still.
Okay.
Okay. Still happy?
Yes. Normal.
Normal. Good. Then you don't need to do anything. Just stay happy, stay Obeca.
Yes. More mental practice.
Okay. Well, what do you need to practice if you're already happy and if you already have Ubeka? You got everything already.
Yes,
But not,
a little.
but not all the time. Like you're not happy all the time. You're not Ubeka all the time yet.
No, no, no. No,
Sometimes you cannot. Sometimes you can be sad, be angry. Are you still angry at times? Sometimes
no, no, no.
not angry at all.
The problems of the world is off for me, but I practice more all day. My life is practice. Asubas.
Asuba, okay.
Yes, Ekagata,
Let's see.
Vipassana.
Okay. You still have sexual desire.
No, I don't have girlfriend. I don't have.
Okay, then if you don't need, then you don't need to use a super, right? It's only when you want to have a girlfriend that you should use a super.
Yes, Asuba for me is more relation to practice, né, Bante? To word, to things of the world, to meal, to body.
Body.
Yes. For me the life of practice is more calm, né, Bante? Not interested the problems.
Yes, the goal is to keep calm, to stay calm.
Yes.
And not to be bothered by anything.
Yes.
Good. Okay. Keep doing it, okay?
Okay, Bante.
All right. Next, Lillian from Bangkok, Malaysian living in Bangkok. Have you visited Malaysia since the COVID?
No,
Yeah.
I didn't go back for 2 years already. Thinking of going back mid of this year.
I see. Okay.
Yep. I don't have any questions, but I managed to do a retreat this last week. But although it was an online one, I can really feel that the meditation has improved a lot. So really glad that I could do that and hopefully to improve more in the future.
Yes, because once you have retreat, then you are forced to do, you have schedule that you have to do, to stick with, right? You cannot.
Yes.
If you don't have a retreat, then you can always excuse yourself to do something else.
Yes. So now I'm trying to follow a bit close, quite close to the retreat schedule, even though I'm not on retreat, but trying as much as possible as well.
That's right. That's the purpose of going to retreat, to learn the schedule.
Yep.
Once you have the schedule, then you can practice on your own. So.
Yep, true. Hope to improve more.
Yeah, you should have more retreat.
Yes.
Self retreat without anybody directing you when to do it.
Yep. Hopefully I can get the time to really go off somewhere because online at least is flexible, but just cannot go off totally at the moment.
Well, it's really up to you. If you really try, you can.
Yep.
If you want something bad enough, you will get it, right?
Yes, we'll try soon. Thank you for your guidance all the time.
Okay, good. Next, Monica from Malaysia.
Good evening, Ajaan.
Any question tonight?
Yes. Actually, recently when I did sitting meditation, and I actually entered in some level of calmness. But then when it came out, I tend to do some contemplation on the three characteristics. But then I find that the strength of the contemplation is not strong. Then I try to sort of like, trying to enter back into the calmness. So my question is, should I actually resist doing the contemplation, but instead just work until I reach the fourth jhana, only I start contemplating?
Well, without the fourth jhana, your contemplation will be not effective. So yes, the goal is to first reach the fourth jhana first. It's like before you go to work, you have to eat first, right? You have to sleep and eat first. Prepare yourself for work. The mind also needs to be prepared to do contemplation properly, effectively, by having jhana as the support. With jhana, the mind will be more neutral, ubekkha, and also will have less distraction from the defilement. So you can really investigate or study the nature of things, the impermanent nature or the anatta nature of things, or the nature of suffering, how it comes about. Yes, so ideally you should try to not do any contemplation yet, if you haven't yet achieved any calm, or master the ability to enter calm anytime you want, and remain calm when you come out of your meditation for a long time. Because your contemplation depends on the duration of your calm. If your mind becomes restless and agitated, then you cannot focus on your subject again anymore. The mind will be distracted by other thoughts. And you will have to stop contemplation and then go back into meditation, back into jhana. So yes, you need jhana as a support, equanimity from jhana. So if you contemplate now without jhana, first of all, you won't be able to contemplate for a long time to the point where you can remember it all the time. Second, to be able to stop your cravings by using your contemplation. But if you think you can do this, if you can come out, contemplate, and then get rid of your defilement, then nobody is there to stop you. The goal is to get rid of your cravings, your greed, hate, and delusion.
Okay. All right. I will see. Yeah, because I realized I read your question on this Buddha, and Tan Ajaan mentioned that sometimes you can even dance with the Buddha, and I find that there's a lot of creativity on this. That is quite a nice way. Yeah, if you cannot hold on to the Buddha, then might as well we dance with the Buddha.
I hope somebody made a TikTok on Buddha, dancing with Buddha.
Yeah. No, because it's quite a interesting way, because I never thought of that. Sometimes we just can't hold on. Yeah, that is good, because the thoughts can be very sneaky, and sometimes can be very how to say, they are very crafty. They always like to stick in.
Your side can be very enticing sometimes. You can't resist.
True.
You can't resist thinking. It's so enticing.
Yeah, and especially the thoughts, asking the body, just stop meditating enough already. That is a very strong one. To stop earlier, even though there's not much pain. Yeah. So how do we overcome this? If let's say the thoughts keep asking, I think you can stop. It's enough.
Just use Buddha.
Oh, okay.
Just keep reciting Buddha when you feel you are being enticed by your thoughts.
Okay. Yeah. All right. I think this is a very strong one. Because I find that I said, oh, I should have gone a bit more, another 15 minutes, but I came up earlier.
That's right. Maybe in the next 15 minutes could be a turning point for your mind. You never know.
Yeah, true.
Your mind might flip and enter into jhana right away.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you, Tan Ajaan, for your advice.
All right. You're welcome. Next, Belinda from Singapore.
Hello, Ajaan. No questions for now. Thank you.
Okay, Alvin Lee from Malaysia.
Good evening, Tanajan. I don't have any question. Thanks.
Sri Jack from Vancouver, Canada.
Good evening, Tanajan.
You are the coolest Ajaan ever. You're dancing with TikTok. To be frank, I can't believe you said that.
Why don't you do one? Why don't you do one? Do a short clip, butto in different position. You might catch on. You might catch on, and people might start meditating, not doing it.
I think should be Professor Kenneth. He has many students. Ajaan, you're the coolest. Ajaan, I know. Is it still cold? Is it still cool in?
No, just lasted for 2 days. It's gone now.
2 days. Yeah. The weather is
very erratic, very unpredictable.
Yeah.
Now it starts flooding in the southern part of Thailand. Lots of rain for 2 days now.
Oh.
In Surat Thani, near Koh Samui. Yeah.
Oh, Koh Samui is an island, right?
Island of this province of Surat Thani, where this flooding is beginning. Yes. Okay.
Ajaan, like if I have a question, like if somebody has like some psychic ability, like after the meditation, is that part of the byproduct, or is it is it the wrong samadhi? Like do they have wrong samadhi? Like mean that it's not apana, but it's
it's called upachara samadhi.
Yeah, if you have like psychic, not during meditation, but after.
Yes, it can happen anytime, disability.
So does that mean that you have upachara samadhi, like wrong one, not the apana one?
It's wrong in the sense of it's not supporting your vipassana practice.
Oh.
But you can use it for some other purpose, like the Buddha, when he used upachara samadhi to connect with the spiritual beings, like his mother, to teach Dhamma. Every night he connect with the spiritual beings and teach the devas, the Dhamma. It's just a special ability of the mind. Can recollect past life, can read the mind of other people. That's why maybe the Buddha is very effective in teaching people, because he can read their mind and know what they are thinking or what they are stuck with. So he can find the right method, the right solution for the problem, for the person. So it's good for teaching others, for using for other purpose, not for for getting rid of your defilement. That's the only thing that you cannot do. Psychic power cannot get rid of your greed. Like Devadatta, he has greed. He wants to be the Buddha's replacement. He wants to be number one in the Sangha. And the Buddha knew that he is just doesn't qualify. So he got angry with the Buddha and tried to kill him for 3 times. He has some psychic power, I think. But his psychic power under the delusion can make him do bad things without knowing it. So you have to be careful if you happen to have this psychic power and yet not have yet reached Nibbana yet. You should suspend this psychic power. Don't use it, because you will end up using by the defilement. Instead of using it to kill the defilement, it will be the instrument of the defilement to kill you.
Mm.
Like what it did to Devadatta.
Oh, okay.
Had he suspended his psychic power like Mokkhalana? Mokkhalana, when he practiced, he didn't use his psychic power.
Mm.
He concentrated on Appana Samadhi
Mm.
to have Ubekha. And then once he have reached Nibbana, then he used his psychic power to instruct or to convince people, to teach people. It can be a teaching tool to others, but not to yourself. Yourself, you need Ubekha. With Upachara Samadhi, you have no Ubekha. So you don't have the strength to resist your cravings, your greed, your hatred, and delusion. So if anybody should have this psychic power, they should suspend it right now. Don't bother with them. Try to get the mind into Appana. Because or else you're wasting your time meditating, because you're meditating and reading the mind of other people. What good does it not do to you? You can read what people is complaining in their mind about the husband or their wife, for instance.
What if you can read the people that have wants to do harm to you, and then you run away? You just avoid that person.
You cannot avoid it. Even Mokkhalana, he knew someone was trying to kill him, and he knew that no matter how he tried to run away from it, he won't be able to. He will always be caught up by his bad karma one day, sooner or later. So I just got tired of running away. And just stay put and accept his karma, the consequence of his karma. Because his mind is not the one that is being killed, it's his body. And his body, whether it's being killed or not, it's gonna die anyway, right? Sooner or later. So this is the power of vipassana. You will not be afraid of death. Without vipassana, you will still be afraid of death.
Okay.
So you need ubekha, you need fourth jhana, appana samadhi, to support your investigation into the true nature of the body and everything else. That they are all anicca, dukkha, anatta. They are dukkha if you have attachment, have any cravings for them.
Just like Michiko, Ajaan, she was fascinated by her abilities.
Yeah, by her ability, and this distract her vipassana practice until Long Time Mahaprabhu got tired of her and give her the ultimatum. If you want to be my student, you have to give up your psychic studies. If not, then don't come to see me anymore. I'm not going to teach you. It's a waste of time. Because you want to apply my teaching, you go back and play with your psychic power. So that's the ultimatum that stopped her from playing with her psychic power, and then really concentrate on appana samadhi and vipassana. Have you read her book yet?
Yes, Ajaan.
Okay.
And long time Mahaprabhu can know that she's doing that, Ajaan. He's also psychic.
Not necessarily. Maybe she told him about her experiences.
I see. Yeah.
Because people usually like to tell their experiences. This is something extraordinary. So, last night I met this deva. I met that preta.
Yeah.
All right. Any question from Sri?
Yes, Tan Ajaan, so going back, like Veno Moggallana, like his mind is not affected by whatever happened to his body. right? That means that once you become noble disciple, enlightened, that is the end of the karma effect on one's mind.
That's right, but not on the body.
Yeah, not on the body.
The body can still be hurt.
Okay. And Tan Ajaan, I asked you before Vitaka and Vichara. Can you briefly explain to me again the Ekagata, like one-pointed mind? Is that Appana Samadhi or is not
That's
yet?
Appana Samadhi, knowing, merely knowing. Ekagata means oneness.
Yeah.
Oneness is the mind, the knower, the thinker stuff. So you should be duality, the thinker and the knower. And when you stop the thinker, then all you have left is just a knower.
Oh, okay.
When you stop the vitaka, vichara, then you have just the knower, the ekagata.
Oh, okay. That is the that is the Appana Samadhi then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this is something that you cannot just pick out and say, okay, I'll stop this, I'll stop this. Or the only thing you need to do is just focus on your meditation object, and everything will fall into place by itself.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, Tan Ajaan.
Thank you, Ajaan.
All right. Isaya from Southern Thailand, Narativa. Is it raining in Narativa right now? I think it is.
Good evening, Ajaan. It's still raining in Narativa. It's so heavy.
Have any flooding yet?
Excuse me, I can't.
Have any flooding? Flood?
Flood. It's not.
Not yet.
My area.
Okay. Maybe in the mountain, I think. There are lots of water coming down from the mountain now.
Yeah. If the next district, Suchart, is a lot of flooding, and maybe it's happened. Can you hear the news last month about the flooding and the people fell down in the river?
In the river.
Yes.
Okay. So I'll be careful.
Thank you so much. And I have one question. And if when I finish samadhi, how to teach my mind? If I don't want to have any sadness about my age, or when I get older, when I have any wrinkle or gray hair, how I deal with this problem? Asuba or impermanent?
Impermanent. Everything has to deteriorate and eventually come to a cessation, come to an end. Everything, once it rises, it will cease sooner or later. And no one can prevent or stop it from happening. But it's not happening to you. You are not the body, you have to understand. You are the user of the body. You're the one who tells the body what to do. But you're not the body. This is anatta. So you can use both anatta and anicca to make you feel that you are invisible. You're an invisible being. And you use the body in order for you to go about in this earth, on this earth. But this body is like anything else, it's impermanent. Like an automobile, you can buy a brand new automobile, and after 10, 15, 20 years, it broke down, it breaks down. Same way with the body. So you should try to use the body now to the fullest advantage if it's possible, for the fullest benefit of your mind. Don't use it for the body. Don't use it for your defilement. Use it for Dhamma.
Okay. Thank you so much, Ajaan.
Okay. Next, we have iPhone. I'm not sure where you're from or your name. You just have iPhone.
Ajaan, I'm Maureen.
Maureen from Singapore.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ajaan, I'd like to know if I observe 8 precepts, do I have to approach a teacher or can I
Yes, you can keep the precept by yourself without having anybody to give it to you.
do I have to chant the 8 precepts?
No, the precept is for you to understand, to know what they are. Do you know what they are?
Yeah.
Okay, then if you know them, that's all. It's a rule that you have to keep, that's all.
Oh, so I can just observe without having to tell
That's
Buddha
right.
or anyone.
Nobody, tell yourself, that's all you have to do. That
Oh,
today
okay.
I'm going to keep the 8 precepts.
Okay. Then another thing, Ajaan, I recently my brother has some problems in the family, so he wants me to help out. So I feel that sometimes I cannot. I wanted to like do a preset for a longer time, but I can't. So is this like a form of karma?
In which way? In what way?
Like some form of hindrance from Mara to prevent me from doing my 8 preset.
Oh, this is natural in this world. You cannot always get what you want.
Okay.
So you just have to be patient. Okay, if you cannot observe it today, maybe wait for tomorrow when you have no obstruction.
Okay. Thank
Because
you,
you don't have obstruction every day, right?
No.
Okay. And sometimes you can also avoid or get rid of the obstruction if you really wanted to.
I have to work, so I can't.
Okay, that's understandable because the precept is more for people not working or not.
Yeah.
So you can do it on your day
On
off.
off days. Yeah.
Okay. But when you work, you might not be possible to keep all the 8 precepts, but you can keep the 5 or the 7 precept. If you find one of the precepts is not possible to keep, is eating after midday, for instance. Then you can keep the 7 precepts.
Oh. Okay. Thank you, Ajaan.
Okay. Keep as much as possible, as much as you can.
Okay.
Because keeping the precept is good because you're restraining your defilement.
Yeah. And
You're
I find
one side, the Japanese tree, one side, keeping prevent from growing.
Yeah, but when I have work, I have my worries about the family. It's keeping me from meditation. Is there any advice you can give me?
You can use mindfulness first. Just keep reciting Bhutto, Bhutto when you feel anxious.
Oh, okay. Okay, can. I'll try that. Thank you, Ajaan.
Okay, you're welcome. Next, be Ravin from Bangkok.
Good evening to you, Thanajan. So I have a question regarding meditation in general. So is sometimes when I meditate and I come out, I sometimes have cravings to, go into meditation to achieve calm or jhana again. Is this craving considered good or is considered bad?
Good. Any cravings for calm and peace of mind is good craving. Cravings for meditation, cravings for getting yourself into jhana. This is good craving.
All right. And sometimes when I meditate, I experience some pain, whether it's in the legs or in the body. Should I use a mantra to kind of take my mind away from the pain, or should I just keep still and try to fight it as much as possible?
It depends on which method you can do with. If you can just fight and then remain calm and not affected by the pain, that's okay also. But if you find that you cannot do that, then maybe just to better pull your mind away from the pain and forget about the pain. Because it's not the pain itself that you want to get rid of. It's the suffering that arises from your attachment to the feeling. the cravings to get rid of the pain stuff, which is causing you a suffering or dukkha in your mind, which makes you feel restless and agitated. So maybe you can just use a mantra to pull your mind away from the pain and forget about the pain. Once you don't realize what you're not knowing the pain, you're not knowing anything about the pain, then your desire to get rid of the pain can disappear. Then the restlessness and agitation from this desire will subside, and your mind can remain calm and can coexist with the pain of the body. Because what is not bearable is not the physical pain, but the mental pain, the restlessness and agitation, or the dukkha that arises from your desire to be away from the pain or to get rid of the pain itself. But if you can use vipassana and say pain is natural, pain is part of your life, it's like a shadow that you have to learn to live with, accept it. If you can accept the pain, then you don't need to use mantra and say, okay, leave it alone, let it be there. I treat it like a brother, a friend. Don't treat it like an enemy. Welcome it. If you can do that, then it's okay. You don't have to run away. Say, welcome to my world. My pain is part of my world.
Embrace it.
Embrace it. Accept it. Our aversion is causing dukkha, not the pain itself.
Yes. Because Ajaan, I notice sometimes when I have stronger mindfulness, I am able to ignore it. But when my mindfulness is weaker, the pain will kind of
That's
take
right.
over.
With mindfulness, you have upekkha, you have equanimity. So you don't react to the pain with craving, with desire. So that you have no dukkha. So you cannot coexist with the pain. So if you have dukkha, then it means you're losing upekkha. So you either have to generate upekkha by reciting a mantra to bring back more upekkha, so that you can then embrace the pain again. Not denying the pain, but embracing it, accepting it. That's all. I use wisdom to teach you this is life, this is what it's all about, It's the five khandhas, and it's changing constantly, back and forth. Good feeling, bad feeling, neutral feeling, they all come and go. And the mind can embrace all of them if the mind wanted to. The problem is the defilement is preventing the mind from embracing them all. The defilement only select the type of feeling they like to embrace, right? Good feeling, okay. Neutral feeling, 50-50. But painful feeling, not at all. So you should embrace the painful feeling like you embracing the good feeling. Then there will be no problem with feelings.
So treat everything equally. Good feelings, all right. Painful feelings, also okay.
No discrimination. Equal employer, equal opportunity.
Giving the painful feeling a chance.
To show that, that it's not bad at all. Just another type of feeling.
This Vedana, right?
Yeah.
Vedana. We just want to think of it as something that's bad, but actually it's just something, one of the five khandhas.
Yeah, it's the Vedana, which is impermanent, and then it has three types of Vedana: good, bad, and neutral feeling, which come and go or appear by some other source caused by some other thing. Like when you go walk and then you fall and then you get painful feeling arising from the fall, for instance. But after the body heals, then the painful feeling disappears. It don't last forever. Nothing lasts forever. These three feelings don't remain the same all the time. They keep switching places. Sometimes it's time for painful feeling to take the seat. Sometimes it's the good feeling to take the seat. Sometimes the neutral feeling to take the seat. You just have to understand this is the nature. And this is something that you should learn how to accept them for what they are. Once you can do that, then your mind will not be bothered, be disturbed.
Yes. And
Okay.
it's because of our attachment to the body. Is that
Our
why?
attachment to good feeling only, and our aversion to bad feeling. So that's why you need to build up ubeka, because with ubeka, your mind becomes non-emotional. Your mind does not have any aversion or attraction.
I see. And this can also be extended to contemplation of death, right?
Everything licenses come and go. You cannot possess or control anything really. They have their will of their own, let's put it that way. They'll come anytime they like and they'll go anytime they like.
That's actually well put, Thanajan, when you put it that way. I mean, not to have any expectation of what comes into the body, just accept everything for what they are.
Yeah. Stay with reality, don't stay with expectation.
Yes.
Because with expectation, if expectation doesn't match with reality, then you got disappointment.
Yes,
very true. If you stay with reality, you will never be disappointed because reality is reality. Right?
Yes, yes.
So the Buddha said, take things as they come.
Yes, stay in the present.
Yeah, and take whatever comes to you, good or bad, painful or not painful. You cannot prevent. Like the weather, can you control the weather? Can you expect the weather to be like this or like that? No. So what happened to you with the weather? You have no problem with the weather. You learn to live with the weather. So we should learn to live with everything else.
Yes, that's a very good analogy. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. All right. Thank you, Thanajan.
The other day, I think your parents' friend or relative from Silicon Valley came to pay respect. You know them? They live in California. They know your mother, I think.
Can?
I'm not sure what their name is, but they're the couple.
Oh, okay. I think they're from San Jose.
That's right.
Yes, yes. They were visiting Thailand. Yes.
And they drop by and pay respect and.
Yes, they're my mom's relatives.
Okay. They were interested in meditation practice, but they say practicing mindfulness is really hard, very hard.
Yes, yes, it is. Because I remember when Ajaan, you told me that when the time you wake up to the time you go to bed, how many percentage of that time are you actually mindful? And when I reflect upon that, well, not very much.
0.1%, maybe 0.1%.
That has to improve. But at least I know what I have to do. So
yeah.
Thank you so much for your
mindfulness
advice.
is the first thing that you should be concerned with. Okay.
I still think about, yes, your analogy, you know, the do re mi, when you sing, you begin with do re mi, and then for meditation you start with mindfulness.
Okay.
That's a good one.
Okay.
Thank you again, Thanajan.
All right, you're welcome. Evie from Indonesia. What do you see this time? You seem to be seeing so many things all the time. What good does it do for you, seeing all these things?
Ajahn asking me
Yes,
what I see.
yes. You seem to be seeing things when you meditate all the time.
Yeah, still seeing like yesterday I see a flower with many color. Yeah, maybe that is nimitta, but the nimitta is a good nimitta for me and enough to make me calm and feel happy. So I'm happy with that. And that is just enough for me. I don't know what the condition is, samadhi or not. But yes, I think that is good enough for me.
Okay. And when you don't get to see it, then what happens? Then you feel bad.
And today I don't see that flower again. That is yesterday. And today that is different. Yeah, anicca. Everything is anicca. Today experience and tomorrow experience, that is different. Always changing and changing. And today meditation is just a very high pressure in my head. And I want to asking today is how to handle this pressure when the pressure getting higher and higher and all is accumulated from the bottom here.
It's because you're not mindful with your meditation object. So you're allowing the mind to create this pressure.
It's not I am too focused, too harder. And
No, you're not focused at all.
Maybe.
If you're focused, then there will be no pressure. Your mind will be calm, peaceful.
And try to control the focus only in the middle of the nose.
At the tip of your nose, where the breath comes in and goes out.
Maybe I lost control, so the focus got run to my head, my upper head. Yeah. Sometimes I feel that then that is uncomfortable. And actually, I have a question, Ajahn. If the person who is diligent in meditating and keeping the precept, but hasn't yet attained holy stage as a Sotapanna, and suddenly he or she die, is there any possibility of being reborn as a human again and continue with this practice?
Yes, everybody will come back as a human sooner or later, after going reaping the fruits of the good or bad karma first. Then they'll be reborn as human and restart what they stopped in their past life.
And there is a chance to continue the practice like meditation again?
That's right. Or continue to steal or to drink or to gamble. It depends what you used to do in your past life. When you come back the next life, you'll come back and continue doing that. Doing what you used to do.
And if that person born as a deva, the life as the deva is usually long. After the life as a deva has ended and returned as a human again, but at that time, maybe Buddha teaching have become extinct in the world because it was said that Buddha teaching only lasts for 5,000 years. And then this situation is better choosing to be born as a human rather than a deva, all right? Does being as a deva have a chance to choose to be reborn as human before the age as a deva runs out?
No, you just have to run its course. You cannot control it.
Because I have asking this question to one bhikkhuni, and she replied that it seems that God, that the deva can choose because when she was ordained, there is a question: are you a deva or a human? And you have to answer honestly. Is that true, Ajahn?
This is not choosing, it's just identifying yourself as being a human. Because sometimes you are not human and you can come and sneak in as a human so that you can ordain. So, non-human cannot ordain into the Buddha's teaching.
So it's very poor if someone born as a deva because the deva long life.
I don't know. This is something not important. What's important is now. You're now a human being. So why worry about the next lifetime when you can become a Sotapanna this lifetime? Okay, focus on your practice and forget about all these silly questions.
Yeah, because I don't know when I will die.
Okay, you're not dead yet. You can practice right now. Why bother with all these silly things, silly thoughts?
Okay, Ajahn, thank you.
Okay, all right, good. Next, Ajaan Ka from Silver Spring, Maryland.
I have no question, but I have a comment, and Professor Han's question, Kenneth's question, actually was very relevant for me. The experience that he talked about in terms of the kids having difficulties, and it really strikes home because my daughter, since last year, has been diagnosed bipolar, and anecdotally, totally that when I try to talk to her about mindfulness and give the simile of that, ask her to stop that monkey on that tree and jumping from branch to branch, she gets very annoyed and as if like I'm mocking her. But whether her condition is there or not, but everybody, each one of us is actually afflicted with that problem, right? The mind is like a monkey and it wants one thing another. That's why it's so difficult for any ordinary person, and people with psychological difficulties, it makes it much even worse. But it's a pity that the mindfulness that we talk about here, I cannot bring it up to her to understand that. But as Ken was talking about, it's kind of very interesting that somebody just took the ball and ran, and other people had difficulties. So I just wonder whether it is their karma or not, or maybe the right surrounding at some point later on will bring about change. But I think not just people with psychological difficulties, even ordinary folks like us, this thing about the monkey on a tree and going from branch to branch to branch is really point to fact, and that's actually cause a lot of our grief, right? I mean, because otherwise you cannot concentrate, you can go after one material thing or the other, and the mind wants and wants and wants at many level of enjoyment, right? So almost there is like no end to it, and my life goes and I come back again and again and again for doing this monkey business, right? It's a pity, but just realizing this is not good enough. But anyhow, that's enough for my comment. Thank you very much.
I think in order to help people to gain mindfulness, you should get them to do some mindfulness practice without knowing that they are doing mindfulness practice, like playing chess or playing Scrabble, or do something that requires concentration. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's a good advice. I think I'll try that. That is quite doable. Yeah.
Yeah, by telling them something that just something like serious is maybe not good for them. It's better to explain the theory of the mind. It's not as good as somehow getting them to do some concentration. Like Ajaan, there's a story of him walking meditation and then there were some Hill tribe people saw him walking and asked him, Ajaan, what are you looking for? And Ajaan said, I'm looking for Bhutto. And he said, what is Bhutto? How do you find it? Then Ajaan said, just recite Bhutto, and look, and then you'll find Bhutto sooner or later. They want to help Ajaan look for Bhutto. So Ajaan says, yes, you can help me by reciting Bhutto, Bhutto, Bhutto. So he actually teaching them without them knowing it, that they have been taught mindfulness practice. Okay. So get your daughter to do something with you, like playing chess, play Scrabble, or whatever she likes. Do things that needs concentration. Whatever she likes. You know. So
Yeah,
that
thank you, Tanajan. I'll do that.
Okay. Next, Sammy. Where are you now, Sammy? In India or you back home?
Yeah, I'm still in India, Tanajan. How are you?
Where in India?
In Dharamsala.
Dharamsala, is that where the Dalai Lama is?
Exactly where he is. In the mountains. Just the way I like it.
Is he in residence right now? Is the His Holiness?
Yes. And a few weeks ago, he gave his first talk after like 2 years of COVID, not giving any teaching. So basically, people were walking on top of each other to go and listen to him. And yeah, we had to push through many lines of people, and we didn't get the chance to see him. Actually, there were so many people.
And it was actually broadcast on Facebook also, right?
Yeah, it's always broadcast on YouTube, and I don't know if Facebook also, but people like to go for the blessing. They do this thing where they bless the food and the tea, and they offer it to the people. They pass it from one to the other, and they tell you to take it because it's blessed. And
you don't know the actual blessing is in his teaching.
that is right. But as you know, some people are very religious, or how to say,
ritualistic.
Yeah, ritualistic, especially more so in Tibetan Buddhism than any other kind of Buddhism. So most monks even don't meditate and don't know about meditation. So yeah, you'll find a lot of ritualism, so much.
Do you have any question you'd like to ask tonight?
Yes, please. I wanted to ask how to break the barrier of sukha and piti in order to enter into upekkha.
Just keep focusing on your meditation object, and don't pay attention to the piti or sukha that appears. Just leave them alone. Just keep focusing on your meditation object.
Yes, but it's hard, like when I'm in the meditation and there's sort of feelings of sukha and piti take over, I immediately get identified with that. It's like I'm not able to break free from that sort of habit of the mind where it just revels in the sukha and the piti and just gets lost in it.
Just remind yourself that there's something better waiting for you. The next course is better than this course. If you're eating meals, there's always a better course coming. You have eat a 5-meal course, so there's still 2 more courses coming. So don't stop eating. Continue on meditating.
And so how do we know that we have sort of reached the experience of upekkha?
You know, because everything will disappear. All you have left is emptiness and upekkha and bliss.
And the breath will also stop?
Yes, everything. If you use Bhutto or the breath, they will no longer be there. You abandon everything. You enter into the world of emptiness.
And you don't hear anything anymore coming from the ears?
It depends on how deep you enter. Sometimes you can still hear things, but you're not bothered by them, distracted by them.
Okay, Tanajan.
So just keep focusing, continue on meditating like when you first started. Don't stop. No matter what happens, until you enter into emptiness. Then it will stop automatically by itself.
And then what are you supposed to do when the breath stops? What do you focus on?
Well, just focus on the stopping of the breath. Continue on focusing on the same point without the breath, without the breath. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Ajaan.
All right. How long you plan to stay in India?
Well, no idea. It's I mean, I'm meditating here, so and the obstacle with the Thai visa, I don't know if you still remember, but there's no obstacle with the Thai visa, so technically I can go to Thailand anytime. But to be honest, I'm kind of worried about how hot it's gonna get in Thailand because it's already getting hot here. So I'm kind of happy, and my meditation is recovering from what it was in Lebanon. So I don't know. Honestly, I haven't decided on it.
No, I didn't mean for you to come to Thailand and ask the question. I just wonder how long you stay there.
I have a 5-year visa, so I don't plan to go back to Lebanon before that. So
Good.
it's either being here or going to Thailand. I don't have any other options.
Once you find a place that you can meditate, then you try to stick to it.
Yeah.
Because the places really doesn't matter as long as you can meditate successfully.
So far here, the only obstruction was there are many dogs in the campus here. So, but I have been able to reach like when I'm well focused in the meditation, where even if they bark, they're not bothering me. So far, I'm not troubled by anything here.
Is this a monastery you're staying in, or is it
No, this is
guest house?
called the Tibetan Library. Library of Tibetan Works and Archives. It's the official library of the Tibetan government in exile. So this is where they keep all their the books, the sutras, and all the archives that they managed to smuggle from Tibet. So yeah, it's they have courses here. They teach Tibetan language and Buddhist philosophy. So I'm attending those courses also.
They also have accommodation for you, or you have to rent a place?
Yeah, I'm renting inside the library itself, some small rooms, as you can see. We have to rent and we have to pay for our food, but it's quite affordable, cheaper than everything that you can find outside of here.
Okay, and you can stay for a long time with your money.
5 years, 5 years at a time. You get as long as you're taking at least one of their courses, then you have a student visa for 5 years. And I even looked into ordination here, but they don't provide anything for the monks, and they don't provide a visa even. So I've seen like the people who ordained in the Tibetan monasteries, they have to pay for everything, and they still have to touch money, and it's like being almost like a layperson, and they have issues with the visa as well. So what some of them are doing is just they take one course here, the Buddhist philosophy course, and then they go to the nearest monastery and meditate there. So their retreat is kind of always interrupted because of visa issues, or they have to go to Nepal and come back. So there's that issue in case I wanted to go ahead and ordain. There's that issue. It will be, I would still have to touch money basically if I wanted to ordain here.
Okay, so it depends on which one is better for you, right? Ordain or not ordain.
Yeah, exactly.
But that shouldn't really be the problem. The problem is your meditation, right?
Yeah, that's the most important thing. I'm happy because it's finally somehow picking up.
Okay, I hope you can stay for a long time and advance in your practice.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
You can always come in and ask questions anytime, every week, once a week. You can always join us if you feel you need some instruction.
Thank you, Ajaan.
Okay. We should be thankful for the internet because now we don't have to travel to go to where your teacher is. You can connect with the teacher from far away.
Yeah, that's true. The internet is a blessing and a curse.
It depends on, it's like a knife, whether you know how to use it or not.
Yeah.
You can use it to benefit yourself or you can use it to hurt yourself.
Yeah, I'm trying my best. So sometimes you get those crazy pop-ups and advertisements and some things that you cannot control. So if your mind is not steady, it can sort of blow you off track, at least for a while.
That's right. That's the problem.
Yeah, they know how to get to your mind. Those Facebook psychologists.
Okay. Nice talking to you.
Thank you, Tanajaan. A pleasure.
Okay. Next, I think we'll go to Facebook first, okay? Because it's about 1.5 hours already. Do you have any questions on Facebook tonight?
Yes, there are 2 questions from Facebook, Ajaan. The first question from Yato. Namaste, Ajaan. When I meditate with the breath object, I can enter calm and happiness. But when I try Vipassana meditation, to knowing that happiness that arises will arise and disappear, why I can't enter into calm and happiness? Thank you.
Because Vipassana is not to make you calm. Vipassana is to make you smart, to teach you the true nature of things as being impermanent, as being anatta, so that you will know how to treat them properly, so that you won't get dukkha from them. So it's not for calm, it's for understanding and for letting go. Once you understand and if you can let go, then your mind can become calm permanently.
Next
Second,
question. Yes.
Second question, go ahead.
Next question from Aini Lam. Hi, Ajaan. After Acharyaman attained the final enlightenment by severing all hidden kilesa, there was an occasion where he was congratulated by Arahant, young and old Buddhas, including the Tathagata. Does this kind of occasion also happen to others once one reaches the point where the citta is fully clean? Thank you.
I think this is more individual. So it just happened to him, but I don't think it happens to everybody. Okay, we have Om and Aim just came in. Om and Aim. Good evening. Where have you been?
Hello.
Okay.
Today I have no question.
And your sister, you have any question?
No, I don't have any question.
Just to come in to say hello?
Yes, just say good night.
Okay. Have a good sleep, okay?
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye-bye. Good night.
Good night. ครับ
Sadhu. Who else would like to ask more questions? And you're welcome to raise your hand and unmute the microphone. Oh, really? Okay, really. And you have to speak closer to the microphone because I cannot hear you.
Okay. Yeah, I'd like to ask how to overcome craving for food because I feel that the contemplation of the loathsomeness of food doesn't have much effect. And you mentioned before that I have to punish my craving, like what Lungta Mahabua did. But I realized that the defilement is very strong. That I don't have the strength and the willingness to punish the craving.
Go stay a place where there's no food to eat. Or stay on an island, stay on a beach somewhere. I tried once, I went and I just took some bananas and oranges with me.
Oh,
It just
okay.
exists.
I see. So I really need to go to a place that, like maybe the food is very scarce or not
That's
delicious.
right. If you cannot force
Ah.
yourself, then you need to have the environment to force yourself.
I see. Because I stay in the monastery, and I think every time I stay in the monastery, the food is good. So it's really like difficult to like restrain the craving. Although I mean, yeah, it's just difficult. Although when the mindfulness is stronger, then I can restrain myself not to take what I don't need. But when it is weak, then it is, yeah, I just feel that it's difficult. Okay, so I just need to go to a place where the food is not
Scarce.
good, right? It's
You're not
scarce.
good or scarce.
Okay. So that's the only option, right? Because it's difficult.
If you cannot contemplate on the loathsome nature of food, if you cannot keep the precepts, then what can you do? You have to be.
Okay. I can keep the precepts. I mean, I also eat once a day, during my retreat.
And you find that it's still too much for you, eating too much for you.
I still have problems with the portion because I tried to reduce the portion before, but when I'm too hungry, then I become very weak and sleepy. So
How about spitting the food first, spitting with your saliva, or ask somebody to spit on your food first.
spitting the food,
Spitting, you know.
and spitting. I never tried that before, but I don't know whether I can do that here because I eat together with other people in the hall. So
Or ask other people to spit on your food for you. Say, I need some seasoning. Can you give me some seasoning?
Okay. But then I mean they will think that I'm crazy or something.
Well, you have to be crazy to do this thing, you know.
Oh, okay.
You have to be
Yeah.
abnormal to become enlightened, you know.
Oh, really?
Yes. Well, else why should you keep the precept? You know, normal people don't keep the precept. But some abnormal people like us.
Okay, I see. So I should try to ask. I mean, yeah, I can ask other. I mean, there are a lot of Mechis here who eat together with me. So, yeah. Okay, I will think if I can ask one of them to, like spit on my food and.
But you have to be sure that they don't have any COVID, okay? You don't want to get the COVID.
That's I don't know, and I mean, and I'm also afraid that if they think that I'm weird, and they might.
This is a joke more than anything else, you know, so don't take it too seriously.
Oh, I see. Oh, I'm taking it seriously. I mean, I'm thinking.
Well, it can be serious also, you know, but you have to know how to make sure that, you know, people know that you're serious, you're not crazy, you know.
Okay. So if I think that, yeah, they will think that I'm crazy or something, or okay.
I'm trying to mix all the food together before you eat.
I have usually I do that before, but it doesn't have much effect. I mean, I think I
But
still.
how many times you did it? Why don't you do it every time now?
Okay. I did it in the last retreat, like I think
Every day,
months.
every meal,
Months. Yeah. I think every meals.
and it doesn't stop your cravings for food.
Yes. It doesn't. Initially, it might reduce, but after sometimes that it get used to it, and sometimes also after I mix the food, the taste is also still good. I feel.
But what about, have you ever observed your excrement? They are also food.
Yes, I have
Take a
observed,
look
and
at contemplate on the excrement. Look at the excrement.
yeah, I tried that before, and I even like eat the excrement before.
And you also eat the excrement.
Yeah, I ate it. I ate it last time because I was so desperate for the thoughts of the food that kept coming.
And it tasted good to you also.
No, no, it doesn't taste good. I mean, it takes a lot of effort to eat it. But I mean, it gives me effect for, I think, a few days. So when I see the food, then I remember the taste of the excrement. But then after that, it's like just forget. Oh yeah, and yeah, it comes back. Yeah.
Okay, that's all the technique I know. So far.
Okay. The punishment of Lungta's method, which is like threatening not to eat for 3 days if I still keep thinking about food. I never tried it before, but then I don't dare to fast before I still have gastritis problems still.
Every time you crave, then you said you will stop eating for 3 days.
But it's like I don't dare to fast also because I'm afraid of the gastritis. I mean, I still have it, so
You haven't tried it yet. How can you know it's gonna come or not?
Okay. So because in the past when I try to fast and then I a few times and then I have this gastritis, so it's like I don't dare to.
Well, in that case, then I don't know what to do for you. I don't know.
Okay. I see. I see. Okay. Then if
Okay.
I just go to the difficult, the place with difficult food, at least there is not much temptation during the meal times.
Well, if you mix the food and you still find it attractive to eat, then no matter what type of food you should find it attractive.
Okay. Okay. I see. Okay. Okay. And yeah. And okay. Okay, Tano-chan.
You're
Okay.
welcome.
Thank you very much.
Anybody else? Oh, we have Sulan just came in. Sulan. Okay, Sulan.
Yeah, hello, Ajaan. Nice to see you again. Oh,
Speak closer to the microphone.
oh,
Speak closer to the microphone.
yeah. Hello, Ajaan. Nice to see you again. Can you
Okay.
hear me?
Yeah, good.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, yesterday I just discharged from hospital. Yeah. So I actually was hospitalized over the weekend. Yeah, because of I think suspected food poisoning and gastritis infection. Yeah. So my situation is kind of opposite from the sister. Yeah. Then when I see food, I'm actually very scared because once I eat, then I will immediately vomit, and I even vomited the green bowel juice, and it's very scary. And I find that it's a bit I can't really keep my mindfulness during the period that I was falling sick. Yeah.
So, you have any question?
Yeah, so I just wanted to ask Ajaan, like, when we are sick, then like what is the best way that we can like handle our like our mindset, our attitude.
Well, first you have to learn to accept the sickness. Don't try to wish it to go away or something like that. Just accept that now you're sick, and so you have to go and take some treatment. And how soon it takes for it to heal, just leave it alone. Leave it alone. Don't worry. Just take things one day at a time. Don't wish it to go away right away and you become healed right away. It might take a few days, it might just take one day, who knows, but just let it be, let things be.
Okay. Then I just and when the aversion or this comes up, then how should I tackle it though?
Aversion for food or what?
Like aversion for food, aversion
Okay, then don't eat it. Don't eat. It's okay. If you don't want to eat, don't eat. Don't force yourself to eat. Sooner or later, you will want to eat when you're hungry enough. Don't worry. So it's good if you don't want to eat. Okay, don't eat. No problem at all. Not eating.
Okay. Yeah. And then when the needles were poking me, I also felt a lot of aversion.
You just tell yourself this is the way to get well. So if you want to get well, then you have to pay. No pain, no gain. Tell yourself that.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Even like swallow the medicine. I feel like every time when I swallow, it's like going to choke like that. It's like a lot of aversion when I.
But you have to convince yourself that it's good for you. It's good for your sickness.
Yeah. Okay. I just have to convince myself, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Is that all?
Yeah, that's all. I just a lot of aversion that I don't really know how to handle it. It just I kind of go along with my aversion.
Okay. Just leave the sickness alone. Let it heal. It takes time. Okay. Don't rush. Yeah. Just stay calm. Embrace it. Yeah. Enjoy it. Let's put it that way. You can enjoy your sickness for a change.
But how to enjoy the sickness when it's like tormenting the body though?
What's tormenting is not the sickness, it's your aversion towards sickness. If you embrace something, then you don't get tormented. You get happy when you want something, and when you get it, you embrace it. Then you feel happy, right? So you're not happy because you're trying to deny. You want to push it away. So don't push it away. Don't deny. Try to accept it. Accept it. This is Christmas gift or something that you've been waiting for.
Okay. Yeah. Because it's quite unexpected also. It's not something I'm waiting for.
I know. Sometimes Christmas come in April, you know.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. The point is not trying to deny or try to push it away. This will cause you a lot of stress in your mind. If you just accept it, then if your mind don't want to accept, then keep reciting Bhutto, Bhutto, Bhutto. It will soften the resistance to the sickness.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Ajaan. I think this is very helpful.
Okay, try it. Okay, see how it works.
Okay, I'll try it.
Next, anybody? What else? Anybody else? Okay, Sajal.
That I'm kind of bringing up this logic and or argument that the ghost realm must exist. Otherwise, how can you be born into the ghost realm? For example, hungry ghost, right? So that means, and as I read the sutras, it's like abundant about the hungry ghost and how they have like a snout like these things. And that's why the offerings they cannot eat much. So can you say something about that? Because because there is in English also there is the saying like, oh, you acted like as if you just saw a ghost, right? So that means if there are spiritual beings in a lower level of existence, they will need to exist. We may not be able to see them because we are not at that plane. But is that a valid way of looking at it?
Some people with psychic power can see them, can meet them. Without psychic power, you won't be able to see them. So we can only just believe those who saw them and say, like the
Thank you,
Buddha.
Ajaan.
If you don't see them, then don't worry about it. It's good not to see them, really. That is not important, whether you see them or not. What we want to see is the Four Noble Truths more than anything else, really. Okay. See that your stress is arise from your craving, from your desire. And your stress disappear because of you stop, eliminate your stress, and you eliminate your cravings or your desire. That's all you want to see, really. That's what really counts as far as the mind is concerned. Everything else you see doesn't make any difference much to the mind. The mind will still remain the same, still under stress. But seeing the Four Noble Truths will completely eliminate all the stress from the mind. Because you know where the source of stress comes from, and you know how to get rid of the source. So it's better to see the Four Noble Truths than see anything
As
else.
Sami, as Sami is visiting in India, and he was talking about how the people are actually paying a lot of these things, and they are trying to actually get the like a punya or something like that. But all they're actually craving for is to be born in like heavenly realm or something. What in India and people are not told, even when you're young, that Buddhism is the only religion, how it singularly points out that you may go to those realms, no problem, but you'll have to come down from there depending on your karma. So that's not a permanent thing, and there is no liberation going from one heavenly realm to another. It could be one realm to another, but I think that's all you accomplish. You don't get the freedom. I think this is the, as I learned from your teaching also, that is the singular thing about what Buddha gave, and nobody else before that was able to give it and come up with that, discover that really, right? So
that's right. The Buddha found the path to liberation. Nobody else saw this path. Because nobody see the three characteristics of existence. Okay.
Thank you, Dhanada.
All right. Evie, you have another question, Evie?
Yeah, I just remember Ajahn. That my grandfather, I dream about my grandfather who is passed away maybe 20 years ago. He came and said to me that we will be reborn as human and the dream is over. And what should I do for him, Ajahn?
He didn't ask for anything, then you don't need to do anything for him. If he asked for,
he just said that
maybe
we will.
Maybe he's from a Deva realm, so he doesn't need any merit from you.
And he just said we will be reborn as human. And if he is really reborn as human, and do we need to pray again every year in future? Like this month, spirit month?
It's up to you. Maybe sometimes you don't do it for the dead, you do it for the living. You do it for the brothers and sisters who once a year might come together and meet each other. It's like a reunion of the family.
I think this year I don't have a dream like usually a ghost and ghost. Does this mean that my mind has started to clear up?
I don't know.
Because every year I was dreaming this ghost, that ghost. There is so many ghosts in my dream every this spirit month. But this year, no, just my grandfather.
Maybe not yet the time for you to dream. Maybe it's later on, maybe a few days from now, you might start dreaming. Just wait and see, okay? It doesn't matter whether you dream or not anyway. It don't make much difference to your mind.
And why sometimes when I sleep, I like don't sleep, like I'm falling on the bottomless place, and I know I am sleeping, no dream. I am just like falling down.
Okay, just know it for what it is, that's all. You don't have to do anything. Know that it comes and goes. It's already gone. Forget about it. Stay in the present. Okay. Keep the mind empty and calm and peaceful. That's all you need to do.
And my final question is, when is the time to do Asuba and how to start doing it again? Because I have forgot, because I haven't done in a long time. And how do we know we deserve to do it?
When you become a monk, when you become a bhikkhuni or a nun, then you need to do that because you cannot have any sexual activity anymore. But right now you can have sexual activity, so you don't need to do super. Unless you want to stop your sexual activity, then you have to do a super.
Like the precept, right?
Yes.
Okay, Ajahn, thank you.
Okay. iPhone. What's your name again? Maureen, right? Forget.
Yeah, Ajaan, I'm Maureen.
Okay.
Ajaan, I just like to know if I want to be ordained as a Meitri next time, is there where would you recommend me in Thailand or in Singapore?
Just go to a place where they do it for you. And before you become one, I think you should visit the place first to see whether they do the practice that you want to do or not.
Mm-hmm.
If they don't do the type of practice you want to do, then it's a waste of time to stay with them. So
If I would like a place like Long Poman in a forest or in a village, is there a place that you can recommend?
Well, you can go to various Ajahns in the northeastern part of Thailand, in which they will take in women for maybe not ordination, but as an aid preceptor, which is similar. And so, like we have one of our participants, Doang, Mui and Doang, I think she attended one of the teacher in the northeastern part of Thailand, Ajahn Nipon. If you
So
like,
I have to speak Thai also.
Well, sometimes there might be some other Thai who can help translate, but most of the teachers don't speak English. So
okay, can. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Ajahn.
All right.
More questions from Facebook.
More questions from Facebook. Okay.
Some more questions from Julian Soon. Can Ajahn explain regarding form is empty? Empty is form. Thank you.
Empty means empty of any identification. The body has no identification in itself. It is us who give them the identification, the label. That's what the Buddha means. The tree don't tell itself that I'm a tree, right? We give it the concept of a tree. The body, it doesn't tell us what the body is. We give the label to this body as being John, as being James, as being Sally, or as being Judy. These are all labels. But the truth, everything has no label, has no name. Okay, that's what he means by empty. No self. We have another participant who just came in, Mine or Mindy Chu, I think. Mindy, where are you from? Are you unmute?
Can you hear me?
Yes, where are you from?
Bangkok, Thailand.
From Bangkok, okay. Do you have any question?
Today I have no question.
Okay, how do you get to know this room?
It's up here on YouTube.
On YouTube.
Yeah.
I see. Okay. Okay. We're running out of time already. We only got 1 minute left. So I think maybe it's about time for us to close this meeting, unless somebody has an urgent question to ask. If not, we'll consider this meeting closed for now, and we'll start again next week at the same time. Thank you for your participation. I hope this meeting will help you and advance you in your practice. In the meantime, please stay safe, stay mindful, and keep on practicing. And if all goes well, I'll see you again at the same time next week. Thank you and goodbye.
สาธุเจ้าค่ะ
Amrutana Bhajan, Sadhu Sadhu. Thank you, everyone.
Good night, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you, Ajaan.
very much. Bye. Good night, คุณบอย
Thank you.
บ๊ายบาย
Thank you ขอบคุณครับคุณหลาคุณ